Hey, it's your boy E Hood, back with part 3 of the Willie Lynch letter. And this here part, I'm speaking on a letter that he wrote in titled "Principles for Making a Negro." And I was speaking on some powerful stuff as far as how he separates the female and the children from the man. Now I'm going to continue. It says, and this is a continuation on how he breaks the female mother and actually has her to teach the offspring his method, his system. It said, for example, take the case of the wild stud horse, a female horse and an already infant horse, and compare the breaking process with two captured nigger males and their natural state. A pregnant nigger woman with her infant offspring. See, this is why we need to stop calling each other niggers. Or as you'll say on the street, nigger. We need to stop saying that. See, because the definition of nigger is an ignorant person. And then you don't understand that words have power with them. And then when you continue to say this stuff, and you wonder why the people act the way they act, because you speak this stuff over your own people and even over yourself, and you think that this is your name. Then you get mad when another race of people call you what you call yourself. Take the stud horse, break him for limited containment. Completely break the female horse until she becomes very gentle, whereas you or anybody can ride her in her comfort. Jesus. See, he's saying, break the woman, break the black woman until she's actually comfortable in his system, until she's actually comfortable and dependent on him and trusting on him. This is why we have so many women, black women, who are comfortable in things such as Section 8, link cards, public aid, stuff like that, and it's not to disrespect or downgrade the black woman at all. But I'm showing you the mindset that has been cultivated and so subtly put into the minds of our black people. And it's going on now. Breed the mare and the stud until you have the desired offspring. Then you can turn the stud to freedom until you need him again. See, you say, bring the black man back into the circle because you need his seed. See, this is how important the black male is. This is why he keeps the black man out of the picture, because of the seed. And he's saying, until we need his seed again for reproduction, get his seed, then send him away again. And the way he sent him away is by keeping division between him and the black woman and him and the children. And he keeps division. Jesus, Lord help us. Train the female horse whereby she will eat out of your hand, and she will in turn train the infant horse to eat out of your hand also. He's telling the white slave masters his system. So he's telling them, train the black woman to trust you, to love you, to actually depend on you. Don't worry about the black man. We're going to keep him out of the picture. Keep the black woman and the black child dependent on you. Therefore, when the black man do come around, and say, Well, are you going to provide for us like he doing? Are you going to give me a house? Are you going to provide food for me? Are you going to provide shelter and food for me? Are you going to provide income for me? So he gives the black woman a Section 8 apartment, Section 8 townhouse, a link card, get her a little job, a little CNA job, something like that, and give her these little small deductions on child care and stuff, because the black man ain't nowhere in the picture now. And he has the black woman and the black child in his system, and they have to cater to his needs in order to be able to produce from that system that he set up. When it comes to breaking the uncivilized nigger, use the same process, but vary the degree and step up the pressure so as to do a complete reversal of the mind. Take the meanest and most restless nigger, strip him of his clothes in front of the remaining male niggers, the females, and the nigger infant, tar and feather him, tie each leg to a different horse faced in opposite directions. Set him afire and beat both horses to pull him apart in front of the remaining niggers. He's saying, take the black man and strip him of all his clothes, strip him of his dignity, shame him in front of the black woman and the children and the rest of the black men. Take him and tie him up on two horses going separate ways. Take his power away from him and divide his strength and tear him apart. The next step is to take a bullwhip and beat the remaining nigger males to the point of death in front of the female and the infant. Don't kill him, but put the fear of God in him, for he can be useful for future breeding. He's saying, now when this happened to this tough, rowdy, want to be rebellious black man, the rest of the men who are not so strong, they are going to see this and they are going to be fearful. And they are going to cater to this very system that he's set up so he can use them to breed generations to come. I'm going to read this this other one entitled The Breaking Process of the African Woman. This man has some mastermind plans. He really does. And they are working right now today, these very plans. People, we have to learn, we have to get knowledge of what has happened to us so we can get wisdom on how to come up out of it. The Bible says over in Proverbs 4:7, wisdom is the principal thing. Therefore get wisdom. And with all you're getting, it says you need to get some understanding. We need to grow in the knowledge of this stuff here so that we can come up with some wisdom and understanding on how to come up out of it. Because if not, we'll continue to be a people divided, struggling, and being abused and abusing each other. Being disrespected and disrespecting each other. Being put down and continuing to put each other down. The man has a mastermind system of divide and conquer with the black culture. And it's still rampant today. And it's more now than it's ever been. Because as the generations go, the deeper it gets. And it's fully blooded now. It is deep. It is deep now. And the deeper the more the generations come, the deeper this system gets. And we are going to have to stand up and actually realize that it is time for us to take a stand. Because if not, the ones who are going to continue to pay a heavier and bigger price are going to be the generations to come. We all have children that are young. And if we don't come together and do something about this system that's set up to divide and conquer the black people, our children are going to pay the price for this. Our grandchildren are going to pay the price for this. Our great-grandchildren are going to pay the price for this. We are already paying the price for it because our people didn't do nothing, or they didn't have the knowledge. But we have to step up and do something, because if not, we're going to pay a price, and our children and so forth will. The breaking process of the African woman. Listen to this man. This man has a master plan. I'm telling you, the man has a master plan, and it's working now. Take the female and run a series of tests on her to see if she will submit to your desires willingly. Test her in every way, because she is the most important factor for good economics. Jesus. If she shows any sign of resistance in submitting completely to your will, do not hesitate to use the bullwhip on her to extract that last bit of bitch out of her. Take care not to kill her, for in doing so, you spoil good economics. Because this is why he says to bring the black man back again for reproduction, because she has to carry the seed in order to reproduce the other generations. When in complete submission, she will train her offsprings in the early years to submit to labor when they become of age. And he's steady saying it, that if she submit wholeheartedly to this system, to this way, then she will teach her children the same thing, because the black man would be out of the way. She would teach her children to do the same thing, so on and so forth, because he wasn't looking at the current generation. So every time he's not looking at the current generations, he's looking at the generations to come. This is why he's steady saying, as far as the reproduction, keep the woman, because she's going to carry the seed to reproduce. She's going to teach her children this same system. This is why we have a generation that steady be coming up to where they depend on the system, to where they don't have a backbone to get out and make moves on their own, because they haven't been taught. They've been taught the system that he's laid down to have to trust and rely on them. Because when the male is there, the male brings about boldness and power and how to get out on your own. And he keeps that separate. Jesus. Whew. We are really going to have to get a whiff of what's going on with this system, because this is the very system that's set up now. This is the very system that's set up to destroy the black people. And I cannot continue to say enough that I'm not being racist. I'm trying to enlighten my black people on what is going on with us, how it happened, how we got here, so we can come up out of this. We've been struggling for too long as a people. We've been divided for too long as a people. We've been down for too long as a people. And it's time for us to rise up in unity as a people. It's time for us to be prosperous in unity as a people. I'll be back with a part 4. This is good stuff. This your boy, E. Hood, the Willie Lynch ladder. Peace.